The story of Santa Claus is a rich tapestry woven from history, folklore, and cultural evolution, blending ancient traditions with modern storytelling. It centers on a figure known for delivering gifts to children, embodying generosity and holiday cheer. Here's a concise version of his origin and development within 4,000 characters. The roots of Santa Claus trace back to St. Nicholas, a 4th century Christian bishop from Myra, modern-day Turkey. Born around 280 CE, Nicholas was known for his piety and kindness, particularly toward children and the poor. Legends tell of him secretly giving gifts like tossing bags of gold into a poor man's home to save his daughters from destitution. These acts earned him a reputation as a protector of children, and his feast day, December 6th, became associated with gift-giving in parts of Europe. After his death, Nicholas' legacy grew through Christian traditions. In medieval Europe, his veneration spread, especially in the Netherlands, where he was called Sinterklaas, derived from St. Nicholas. Dutch children would leave shoes out on the eve of his feast day, hoping for gifts. Sinterklaas was depicted as a bearded bishop in red robes, riding a horse, accompanied by helpers who rewarded good children and chastised the naughty. When Dutch settlers arrived in America in the 17th century, they brought Sinterklaas with them. Over time, his name and image evolved. By the 18th century, Sinterklaas became Santa Claus in English-speaking regions, particularly in New York. The figure began to shift from a stern bishop to a jollier, more secular character. The modern Santa Claus took shape in the 19th century, largely through American influence. In 1809, Washington Irving's satirical History of New York described a pipe-smoking Sinterklaas flying over rooftops in a wagon, delivering gifts. Then in 1823, the poem A Visit from St. Nicholas, commonly known as 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, attributed to Clement Clark Moore, cemented key elements of Santa's mythos: a sleigh pulled by reindeer, a sack of toys, and entering homes via chimneys. The poem painted Santa as a jolly old elf with a twinkling eye, shifting his image toward warmth and whimsy. By the late 19th century, Santa's look and lore were further refined. Cartoonist Thomas Nast in the 1860s, 1880s illustrated Santa for Harper's Weekly as a bearded, rotund man in a red suit with white trim, living at the North Pole with a workshop of elves. Nast also introduced the idea of Santa tracking children's behavior via naughty and nice lists. Santa's image was solidified in the 20th century, particularly through commercial art. In 1931, Coca-Cola commissioned artist Haddon Sundblom to depict Santa in advertisements, creating the iconic rosy-cheeked, red-suited figure we know today. This version drew from earlier traditions but added a softer, grandfatherly charm, cementing Santa as a global symbol of Christmas. Santa's story also absorbed elements from other traditions. His North Pole home and flying reindeer echo Norse mythology, where Odin rode a magical horse, Sleipnir, and rewarded good deeds. Winter solstice figures like the Germanic